Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. How is everyone today? Hope you're well. Apologies, it's a little bit late. It should have been Martin, but I've just about 15 minutes ago had a message that sadly his lad's had a bit of an accident at school. He slipped and hurt his arm, so the parent has to take him to the hospital. So fingers crossed, Martin's lad is okay and it's nothing too serious. But anyway, I've just had to quickly get changed because I'm in meetings all day, so didn't want to come in shirt, tie, and things like that. So quickly got a quick change and put some stuff up and a little bit of latest news that's out there. That I must admit, there's nothing major. But anyway, let me get back to your comments. See who is on. It is going to be a quick one. I always say that, but it is going to be a quick one. Because like I said, I've delayed a conference call, so I'm gonna do this quick update with you guys, say hello to everybody, and then go and get changed and crack on with work. So Hamza's on. Hi guys, how are you today? Hey Andy, Alex, how are you? Hope you're well, mate. Hello everyone. Manchester is blue. It certainly is, buddy. Peter Curry, hi fellow Blues. What's on the agenda tonight? Peter Curry, look in the ticker bar at the bottom. There's some ideas of what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to look at Haaland. A little bit of rumours about him and Icardi. The president of Bayern have come out and made a statement about Leroy Sane. We're going to talk about KDB. Bit of an article about Corey Smith and about swapping shirts and things like that with him. We'll also look at the Sheffield Wednesday FA Cup next round. Tickets have been released, so there's a little bit on their website. Also, the referee has been confirmed for the Carabao Cup final. We'll talk about that, and then finally we'll just finish off with a little bit of light-hearted stuff, which is Ederson trying to knock out Richarlison. So we'll look at that one. So there you go. That's the agenda tonight. Cody Big. Man City fan, blue. Manchester is blue. It is. Hamza, I want to know what time the game's between City and West Ham. I'll talk about that as well. There is a little bit of news about what happened with regards to that. So we'll talk about the West Ham game being called off yesterday and what's been said between clubs and what was suggested and what was completely turned away. So we don't know. Tim Daniels, hi Andy, how are you? London, evening all. Andy, how are you? Nipun Sharma, London and Manchester are both blue. You would say that as a Chelsea fan, wouldn't you? Lankow says, and Liverpool, Nipun Sharma. Alex says, and Birmingham. Jack Lee, hello, how are you? Tom Hudson, evening Andy, how are you, buddy? Hope you're well. And hope you got sorted with that conversation I put you in touch with Harry. Alexander Savage, you've been very, very busy with your work recently, Andy. How you handle it? I've no idea at the moment. It's very busy. I'm going away at the weekend, back to Latvia for a week. And then I come home. I've got about 12 hours to wash, pack, repack, and drive down to Heathrow before I go to Dubai for a week. And then I fly straight back from Dubai, straight into London. And I drive to Heathrow, fly to Dubai, fly back to London a week later, straight to Wembley for the Carabao Cup final. Good evening, Andy. Good evening to you, Cody. This is your second job, Andy. You need to come in with a shirt. What, a yellow one? Shall I have like a Jim White type of thing? Yeah, it's not a job, mate. I do this as a hobby. It's not a job, certainly. Now Liverpool is red and Birmingham is blue. Evening, Andy, in all blues section. How are you? Hi, everyone. Happy Monday Blues. Hello, my friend. Hope you and your family are well. Yeah, all good. I'm not sure Martin's family are too good because, as I said earlier, his lad's had a bit of an accident at school, hurt his arm, and he's had to take him to A&E. So hopefully, fingers crossed, his lad's all right. Carbondale, London being blue. Laugh out loud. Cody, I was gutted about Manchester City versus West Ham called off. Yeah, so was I. I was all ready for it yesterday. Hung on for about half an hour, thankfully, and didn't start driving. And then the news came through, it was off. So be good to see you down at Wembley. Yeah, Tom, we'll meet up, buddy. Don't worry about it. I'll be down there. So we'll get you on the channel as normal. And we can have a good chat while we're down there. That's a heck of a journey. Why don't you fly to Manchester? Well, I am flying to I'm flying from Latvia. I'm flying from Manchester to Latvia at the weekend. But I'm back into Manchester. But by the time I get into Manchester, I've got to then turn around, packing everything the next day. And then I'm driving to Heathrow, and I've got the client to pay for the flights from Heathrow because I want to fly back into Heathrow because the flight is 3 o'clock in the morning from Dubai into Heathrow. And then I've got my car there at Heathrow so I can drive straight to Wembley. Otherwise, if it's into Manchester, well, by the time I get back at land at 10 o'clock in the morning, by the time I've picked my car up and everything, I then have to drive all the way to London, and I wouldn't even probably make it for the game. So that's why I've switched it around. I'm going to fly out of Heathrow and then into Heathrow from Dubai. So I've got my car, I can drive there. I've got my accommodation, which is good because I've managed to organise a nice apartment very close to Wembley, which is fantastic, just behind off Wembley Way. So that'd be great. And then I'll meet up with the guys. There's 3 or 4 of us down there doing stuff. And then Tom's going to meet up as well. So it'll be really, really good day out. That's a mental schedule. It is, yeah. It'd be good to see you down at Wembley, yes. I've been at high school today. Any news on when the game's played? No. Martin, hope your lad gets well soon. Thank you, Peter Curry. What's the news about Icardi? Going to come to that. I hope your son is okay, mate. Fingers crossed. Are there any other games for City this week? No, there are no other games for City this week. So let's get straight into it, shall we? As I said, this is going to be a quick one. And the first one we're going to talk about is Haaland. And that is covered by several outlets today. And one of them being 90 Minutes and also City Extra. And it says that Man City are looking at Norwegian wonderkid Erling Haaland as a potential replacement for Sergio Aguero, according to 90 Minutes. 90 Min. Aguero is City's all-time record goal scorer, as we know, but it's likely to leave the club within the next 18 months as he approaches the latter stages of his career. One of the candidates reportedly identified to replace the Argentine is Haaland, who has shot to fame this season after some incredible goal-scoring displays for RB Salzburg and Borussia Dortmund, both in the Champions League and domestically. He joined Dortmund in January, but reportedly has a release clause in his contract that will become active at the end of the 2021 season. The fee needed to sign Haaland after that point is thought to be in the region of £60 million. Now, that is, whether that is just a club, like City being linked with Haaland, because let's face it, he did well when he was at RB. He's since come to Dortmund and he's banged in some goals. And suddenly, 60 million seems quite cheap considering for one whose reputation at this moment in time is absolutely sky high. But it does say 2021 season, so I'm not sure where the links are with us getting him this particular summer, unless we want to pay 100 million quid or something like that for him. I don't know. I've no idea. But the rumours are going to fly around and fly around and fly around. However, there is one of the other players within the article that is also spoken about, and that is obviously Mauro Icardi. And he said, however, it's extremely unlikely, continuing on the article, that City would have a clear path to sign the youngster, with plenty of clubs sure to be interested. Another player City are reportedly interested in is PSG striker Mauro Icardi, who was impressed on his loan switch from Inter Milan. It sort of screams to me just... let's just link Man City with everybody who's potentially available. Well, there's nothing to say Haaland is available. He's got a contract until 2021 season, the end of the 21 season, which is still sort of like 16 months off. So Icardi's on loan. That could be a possibility. Whether I'd want Icardi, I'm not too sure. He's a decent player. I'd rather have Martinez, Lautaro Martinez, if I'm honest with you. But by all accounts, the likes of Real and Barcelona are sniffing around him very heavily. So we'll wait and see. Let's get back to your comments. Where did I pick it up? Let me see where I can pick it up here. Martin, hope your lad gets well. Haaland a one-season wonder? Maybe, maybe not. We'll wait and see. Cries the lad just joined Dortmund is already linked with a move away. Yeah, absolutely. Martinez over Haaland. I agree, Nippon. Nippon, that's irrelevant. Martinez is old and has played for Inter all season. Icardi is world class. Obviously, it's one of Cal's favourite players because he talks like this about 2 or 3 different players around the world. So Cal obviously loves Icardi. Never been a fan of Icardi. Me neither, if I'm being honest. I think he's very in and out. Thought Martin was doing it. Yes, he was. But his lad's had an accident at school and has had to take him to A&E. Nothing major, but he's hurt his arm. Cody, do you remember Michael Richards screaming at Goodison Park? Cal Blundell, Icardi is a world-class striker, better than Martinez. Tom Hudson, let's get the Haaland deal done. Get there before anybody else and get Sergio's replacement. Cal Martinez is still young. Leonard says Haaland swap with Sane. Would you? Well, if Sane wants to go, it makes absolute sense. Section, I remember Micah dropping the F-bomb on Match of the Day. Yeah, so do I. Remember that particular one. Right, let's have a look. What are we going to look at next? This is the new Bayern Munich president, and we'll just see what he's had to say on Leroy Sane. And this is Herbert Heine. Obviously, Bayern want Man City winger Leroy Sane to be part of their squad rebuild that will bring the Champions League back to the club. Bayern president Herbert Heine has declared. Heine, who took over from Uli Hoeneß at the end of the 2019 season, joins his predecessor and executive chairman Karl-Heinz Rummenigge in publicly stating their desire to bring Sane to the Allianz Arena over the last year. Bayern wanted to sign Sane in the summer transfer window last year, but his injury in the Community Shield, as we know, has meant he's remained at the Etihad. And right on cue, Heine has resumed Bayern's public pursuit of the German international, telling supporters last week that Sane remains a target. According to Passauer Neue Presse, Heine told the Bayern fan club Leroy Sane is a great player that we are interested in, which is also known. Now you had to see how he will come back after his injury. According to my information, he is now starting to train again, but is yet not back in team training. He continued, however, it can be assumed that we will prepare the team not only for next season but the future. I don't just mean the German Championship, because we want to win the Champions League again. And after all, we have the final at home in 2022 and we want to win it there at the latest, but I don't mind either. So there you go. Heine has come out and he's made it fairly clear that Bayern are still interested in Leroy Sane. No surprise in that, I'm guessing. Let's just go back. Has a high goal count. Sergio can never be replaced. Icardi attitude is bad, but as a player is unreal. Section says we could use all of our oil money and clone a new Aguero. Nippon, are we talking about this season or just a whole career? Tom Hudson says Sane wants to go, so let's get the deal done. Need players who want to play for us, not ones who want to leave. Spot on, Tom Hudson. How serious is Stern injury? Well, it looks like it's going to be close to the Real Madrid game before he comes back. Dupe Tajideen. Hello, Andy. How are you, Dupe? Mingy Wong, Bayern want Firmino, apparently. Yes, that's another player that they've been interested in. Right, moving on to yesterday's game, which was obviously called off. And this is an article that is in the Evening Standard. Now, according to them, Man City and West Ham say no to postponed Premier League clash taking place this weekend. Now, according to the Evening Standard, West Ham and Man City are not prepared, or were not prepared, to play their postponed Premier League match this weekend after it was called off on Sunday. The game at the Etihad was cancelled on safety grounds after heavy rain and severe gales caused disruption. The postponement leaves the Premier League with a headache over when to rearrange the fixture because Pep Guardiola's side are still in the FA Cup, Carabao Cup and the Champions League. There is a window to play the game this weekend because both clubs are on their designated winter breaks. Discussions will take place between the Premier League and both clubs this week, but West Ham and City are not prepared to play the game during their scheduled 2-week break. The Premier League have previously said they expect clubs not to arrange competitive or friendly fixtures during their winter break, and the two clubs would be unhappy if they permitted an exception. David Moyes has given his players 5 days off, and many of them have already jetted off on holiday, and they're due to return to training on Saturday. City face a fixture pile-up because of the postponement, but Guardiola is against fitting the game in this week. Finding the time to play the game, though, presents a major problem for the Premier League. City's game at home to Arsenal on March the 1st has already been postponed because of their involvement in the Carabao Cup final that day at Wembley against Villa. Should City reach the quarter-finals of the FA Cup, another fixture would have to be rescheduled at Chelsea, as well as the Arsenal and West Ham matches. There is a chance the West Ham game will not be rearranged until after the outcome of City's Champions League tie against Real Madrid in March. So there you go. That's by all accounts, City and West Ham turned around and said no to any possibility of the match being played at this weekend. I'll be honest with you, it would make sense, but I'm guessing the likes of Moyes and Guardiola are taking literally what the Premier League have said about, well, you can't play this, you can't go away and do this and make any money, and you can't do this. But let's face it, the FA and the Premier League have allowed rescheduled games like the Shrewsbury-Liverpool game, which Klopp clearly said he wasn't going to send a full team. It was going to be the kids. And I think Guardiola and the others have turned around and said, well, if you're going to state this, and this, then we're not going back against it. This weekend would have probably been perfect time. But clearly, the letter of the law, the rules, whatever the agreements that have been made, they're not going to play it this weekend. So I think what the article said was fairly sensible. The fact that they're going to wait and see whether City go through against Real Madrid before deciding when the game is going to be played. The problem being is if we do beat Real over 2 legs, when's it going to be played? It's going to be chaos towards the end of the season at some point, where especially rearranging games against Chelsea, Arsenal and West Ham. So quickly back to your comments. Why will Firmino leave? I don't know. Maybe he might want a new challenge. Bayern want everyone, but refuses to pay. They do, Leonard. Leonard London, I know, right. FA, does Sane really want to leave? Is it paper talk? It could be FA. We've no idea. We've absolutely no idea. We are playing a friendly for Gomez. Sane's mum wants him to move because he's a mummy's boy. Sane doesn't need City. Sane could easily get in the Bayern, Dortmund, PSG, Real Madrid, Barcelona. Mingy Wong says, like Andy, would be saying he wants to win the European Carabao Cup. Play it whenever West Ham need our help. Yeah. Levi Greenwood says, Leroy, Tom Hudson footballs, their job. They should always be ready to play. It's been called off. Either play it this weekend or choose a weekday. End of. FA says, maybe sell Sane and Jesus for 90 million to Bayern. What, 90 million for Jesus and Sane? I don't think so, mate. I think Jesus would go for around about 80, 90 million himself. Sane probably end of the season, 60 million. That's the figure I've said for about 8 months, that if he runs down into this summer, we're probably lucky if we get 60 million for him. Sane loves his mummy. We missed the weekend City games. Yes, we do. Why does his mother need to make his decision? He's over 18. Sane and Jesus for 90 million. Add another 60 to 80 million on that, says Section. Absolutely. Sane says Levi Carl. Nippon Martinez has 16 goals in all comps and Icardi has 19. Section 20, Bayern will not pay 150 million. Well, then they lose out. Absolutely. Jesus will be more clinical. He's only still young. Sane's world-class player, but attitude is bad. But where is the proof he wants to leave? It's all media talk. Well, we'll wait and see. There you go. Where's the proof that it isn't media talk? It's one of those. We've said it for months. We don't really know what the hell is going on with Leroy Sane, which, let's just see what else. So we got a little bit of news. There was some news about... according to Sheffield Wednesday on their website, Owls versus Man City ticket details. Obviously, it's Wednesday, the 4th of March, 7:45 kickoff, and it's the 5th round of the FA Cup. The Owls take on us, Man City. And price ticket sales dates have been confirmed. The season ticket holders and member-found member tickets are priced at 25 quid for adults. This is obviously Sheffield Wednesday. Whilst all of the tickets are £30 for any area of the stadium, over 65s and under 21s are £15 or £20 depending on eligibility, and all junior supporters aged 16 and below can purchase tickets for just £5. That's brilliant. That's a decent amount. 25 quid for an FA Cup 5th round game. I think that's spot on. And clearly they're charging 15 quid for their over 65s or under 21s, and £5 for under 16s. I think that's spot on, absolutely spot on, and that's what City need to make sure they do at all cup games, Carabao and FA Cup games, so we can get younger fans there who might be our future at the end of the day. So moving on to the next bit of news, and this is Corey Smith and Kevin De Bruyne, and this is in Bristol Live. This is a local sort of online website around the Bristol area. And the title, the heading says, Bristol City midfielder tells classy tale of swapping shirts with Manchester City's Kevin De Bruyne. Bristol City midfielder Corey Smith has recalled the time he swapped shirts with Man City midfielder Kevin De Bruyne. The Robins last faced Man City in the Carabao Cup semi at Ashton Gate in the 2017-18 season, a 3-2 loss which saw the Robins miss out on the final after beating Man United in the quarters. And Smith has now told of how Kevin De Bruyne was happy to not only swap shirts, but now apparently has the Robins midfielder shirt hung in his house in Manchester. Speaking on the new Robins Nest podcast, an official podcast from Bristol City, Smith initially told of how he doesn't like asking for other players' shirts and usually only asks for his friends' shirts. He said, when we played Fulham last game, I think I swapped with Joe Bryan. I don't really go up to a random player and ask for their shirts. A couple of people ask for your shirts, but we actually have to pay for the shirt, and that's when fans ask for their shirts. If he gives it away, he has to pay for it. Scott Murray was also featuring on the podcast and confirmed that if players give their shirt away, they face a £20 fine. However, when it came to his midfield counterpart, Smith said he couldn't resist asking after the game at Ashton Gate. He said, I'll tell you a story I've heard, though, that Kevin De Bruyne has my shirt in his house. We swapped shirts against Man City. I was on the pitch and I said, Kev, can I swap shirts with you? And he was like, yeah, but in the tunnel. Obviously, we were out with the fans for a good 10, 15 minutes. I was clapping the fans, but in the back of my head, I was thinking, De Bruyne's going to get off here. I'm not going to get his shirt. So I went in and he was standing outside our changing room with his shirt. I was shocked. I took his and I obviously kept mine on. I was thinking, what's he going to want mine for? And he said, can I have yours? And Smith was heard that it wasn't just a case of De Bruyne taking the shirt and leaving it in the attic to collect dust. The Robins number 7 said he saw someone from former shirt sponsor Lancer Scott last year who told him that Kevin De Bruyne still has his shirt to this day. Smith said a friend of his in Manchester was doing De Bruyne's house, and he's a Bristol City fan, and he said he was doing up his house and on his wall was my shirt. So there you go, Kevin De Bruyne. What an absolute class act, and how nice would it be for Corey Smith, a Bristol City player, if he gives his shirt away, he's got to pay for it. To think that there he is, Kevin De Bruyne has asked for his shirt, and Kevin De Bruyne has got Corey Smith's number 7 shirt from Bristol City for that game a few years ago up on his wall. So fantastic bit of news. That just shows you the kind of guy Kevin De Bruyne is, and he'll make a perfect captain for Manchester City next season without a shadow of a doubt. Yes, let's go back to your final comments. PSG owner said he will only listen to bids for starting at 300, 500 million. Talking about, I can only assume Mbappe. Koulibaly, rumours came out last night that Koulibaly confirmed has a £127 million buyout clause. Hence why I've said to you for nearly a year on Man City Fan TV, there is no chance City are going to pay that type of money. for a 28, 29-year-old. It's that simple. So the Koulibaly thing is gone. Absolutely gone. So that's just the way it is. So 127 million. Absolutely ridiculous. Crazy. But anyway, let's get on to this last little bit. This is quite funny, seeing as though we've got Cal on tonight. And this is a little bit of a story that came out. And this is Ederson blasts football at Richarlison after Everton ace swears at the Man City star. And it says Manchester City star Ederson lost his cool after being taunted by teammate Richarlison during a Brazil training session and reacted by kicking a ball in his direction. A video clip shows the Everton winger standing behind the goal while Ederson attempts to save shots fired at him. But Ederson shouts Richarlison after he fails to prevent one shot beating him. "Shut your mouth there, man," replies City glove man. "I'm rooting for you, sucker," comes the reply. I mean, God, who wrote this? It's some like B-list producer in Hollywood. After another exchange of words, Ederson decided he'd had enough of taunting and takes action against his antagonistic compatriot. Upon conceding another goal, he marches towards Richarlison and the other player are sat and boots a ball at them, sending the pair diving for cover. So just salty because he's always been Brazil's number 2, said a Liverpool fan in reaction to the video. I might have known that, even though it's got nothing to do with their club. Liverpool fans are all over it like they always are. They just, obsessed with every other club going. So a little bit, there is a video. Obviously, I can't show you the video on here, but if you want the link to it, it's just a little bit of fun. I mean, it's only from the Daily Star anyway, but there you go. If you want to go over and watch the event, there's the link to Ederson blasting the ball at Richarlison. I have no idea when that was, and that looks like it was probably months ago, if I'm being honest, but it's being dragged up right now because there are not many other stories to talk about. But anyway, that's it for today. I'll just quickly go back and see if there's anything else on here. We're not getting Koulibaly. No, I've said that for a year now. It looks like Diaz is going to Leon. Kiam says, has to be our new captain. He could give us direction again. I agree. Koulibaly isn't come to City. He isn't. KDB, legend already. He is. KDB definitely has to be captain next season, says Section. I agree. Put Guardiola as centre back. Hamza Mingy one maybe in the summer. Superior being he was doing up his house. Hope he wasn't using it as decorating sheet to protect his TV. Can you imagine? Tom Hudson, you going to watch Hills Randy? I don't know whether I'm here, mate. I've got a course overseas, and I don't know whether it's confirmed yet. So there's nothing I can do with regards to booking tickets or trying to get tickets and going. At the moment, everything's up in the air. February is a very busy month. March is, and this is our busiest time of the year. And March is a really busy month as well. So. At the moment, I don't know. I'm having to hold fire, and if I do go, it'll be a last-minute thing. Kiam, no thanks. Koulibaly would be Mangala Mark 2. FA, Pep didn't play centre-back. 29 years old, 127 now. I agree. Dupe says, Andy, who do you want City to buy in the summer? Oh, it's one for the one we've done a load of times, and it's something we'll do sort of later on in the season, mate. I'll be honest with you. It'll be a proper transfer live vlog or a video that we'll do. At this moment in time, this is just a quick live vlog, but it is definitely one that we will definitely do without a shadow of a doubt. But what we have got, just to let you know, Cal and a few others, there's going to be no podcast tonight. I can't, work-wise, and plus no game yesterday. So we're going to just hold off on the podcast till probably later on in the week. We'll do something on there. But those who have commented and emailed, thank you very much for asking to come on the podcast. We really do appreciate it. We will get you on, just not tonight. So we will be doing one later in the week. But we have been contacted by big City fan, big account, and has got podcast studios, things like that, new project venture. And so what we're thinking is we're going to go along and use their studios, and we're going to invite a load of people to come along and we'll do a proper filmed and podcast hour or two, all about City, questions from Twitter followers, from people on here. So we're in the middle of arranging that, and that'll be a really good one. The one that we might split down into 2 1-hour videos and 2 1-hour podcasts. So hope you enjoy that anyway. But it's something we are going to do towards the end of the season when everything is up and running at these studios. So that should be great. According to FIFA, they think Mahrez was our best player in the last year, along with KDB, who hardly played. Carl, don't mess with me, mate. Hey, FIFA ranking a farce. Are you talking about Cheesy, Andy? No, not talking about Cheesy at all, mate. Talking about somebody else's big City fan, big Twitter account, businessman. And he's opening up a new venture as well, a sideline, which is going to be podcast studios and things like that. Not too far from here. So I've been talking to him. He's asked me some questions about it. And what we're going to do is we're going to invite maybe, 5 or 6 people to come along. We'll go there. We'll spend a few hours there. There's a bar and everything else available. So we'll spend a couple of hours, professional sort of recording engineers as well. So we'll spend a couple of hours there, and we might record 2-hour sort of videos and podcasts, and we'll shove them out on the channel. 1-hour video, 1-hour podcast, etc. Something like that. But we're just waiting for it all to be up and running. It should be very soon. So it should be a really good afternoon out, and we'll do it when people are free and available, maybe over a weekend, Sunday afternoon or something like that. So it should be great. Carl, keep it cool, mate. I'm calm. You're telling Carl to calm down for giving an opinion when someone just essentially told him to fight him. Who told him to fight him? What's that all about? I suggest that you read only the comments that you see interesting and answer at your ease quietly. Don't know what that means. Matty Boland, Kiam Will 4121. The podcast thing sounds good, Andy. It does, yeah. Sounds really good. What's your opinion on Oakhampton signing Bolland? No idea, monkey, what you're talking about. Tajuddin, thanks, my bro. Ryan Curry, you're telling Carl to calm down. Andy, do you know Ian Cheeseman? Yeah, I know him. Spoke to him a couple of times at matches. Jog on, clown. Who are you talking about here? Carl, you don't know me. FA, I don't want to know. Oh, God, please. God, you're like a bunch of kids. Grow up. Carl, you're not a City fan. Who should Man City sign to replace Vinny? All of these things we're going to do in a transfer thing. But anyway, okay, this is stupid toxic for no reason. I'm not getting involved. See you. What's going on here? Guys, if you do come along here and start causing trouble, I'm just going to ban you. It's that simple. End of story. Doesn't matter who you are, who you support, whatever. You come on here, start acting like children, I'm just going to remove you from the channel. It's that simple. End of story. I don't care who you are, how long you've been following the channel, what you're involved with Man City Fan TV, or whether you're not, or whatever. I'm just going to remove you from the channel. It's that simple. But anyway, guys, please, enough is enough. That's it for today. But please, grow up. I mean, Jesus Christ, how old are some of you lot? You know, if you want to be treated like kids, we'll treat you like kids. Otherwise, grow up and be adults. But anyway, take care. We'll be back sometime tomorrow, maybe. We'll wait and see. I don't know who's back. But people arguing is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm off for a cold can of John Stones. Enjoy Superior Being. Take care, guys. Have a good evening. We'll see you soon.